You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, let's talk about the Raiders. Now, going back to when we first started covering the Jon Gruden saga, right, the day he got fired by the National Football League, we found out why, etc. One of the things we talked about, and I'm talking over on the big channel, when I was doing those videos, is there was very much a sentiment that the NFL was looking for any reason to get Mark Davis out of the ownership club. That they don't like Mark Davis. They want a Stan Kroenke guy, a Robert Kraft kind of guy, a Jerry Jones kind of guy. And we all know Mark Davis is not that dude, right? Mark Davis marches to the beat of his own drummer. It's one of the reasons why you saw the NFL be willing to do two things: turn a blind eye to Tom Brady becoming a minority owner of the Raiders, because the owners want Brady to be the face of the Raiders ownership. And it's why they also turned an eye to how the minority purchase was done and how much it was done for, yada, yada, yada. The fact is, the owners can't stand Mark Davis. Mark Davis didn't want to fire Jon Gruden. And we all know that, right? There's video of him irate at an owners meeting a couple of years ago, where he literally told the press, you go in there and ask them about the Gruden situation, blah, blah, blah. He didn't even want to talk about it. And he refused to fire Gruden on the first leaked emails. It was the second leaked emails, and then he finally did, begrudgingly, and it pissed the owners off. Now, I don't know about you guys. I understand Mark Davis is not Al. I get it. But it just feels like the NFL needs a Davis. All right? I get it. Mark Davis has ran a crazy ownership program forever, right? Ever since taking over for his dad. The Raiders haven't been very good, and they haven't won a lot of games. But it does seem like Mark Davis is finally starting to get some things right. We'll see if that is the truth of the matter once the season starts, right? But the owners have not given up on trying to get Mark Davis out of that spot. And you may be like, well, why do they want this so bad? Because they believe Vegas, that market, is a huge deal, and they want a CEO kind of owner. Which, I don't know about you, if you're a Raiders fan. I'm not a Raiders fan, but it just seems like that's exactly what you don't want as an owner. It just doesn't feel very Raider-like. Can you see Stan Kroenke owning the Raiders? I have a hard time picturing that, right? And obviously it wouldn't be Stan Kroenke, but that kind of guy. So you see this. The NFL owners are set to vote on a secession plan. Now, Mark Davis has come out and said, I'm not selling. But it's clear the NFL owners, the other owners, are hoping to pressure Mark Davis out the door. NFL owners are scheduled to vote on a Raiders secession plan that gives Silver Lake co-chief executive officer Egon Durbin the option to purchase a majority stake in the team from longtime owner Mark Davis, according to multiple ownership and team executives with direct knowledge of the situation. Although sources close to Davis say that he has no intention of selling his majority stake, the vote would mean that if and when Davis or his heirs did decide to sell, Durbin, a limited partner, could have the option to buy the club. Owners would then have to approve Durbin as a new controlling owner per league rules. Four different sources, Jesus, with knowledge of the situation, said that owners will also vote on Davis selling roughly 7% of the team to Durbin and another limited partner, Michael Meldman. That sale would put the team's valuation at nearly $10 billion. Two of those sources said. Owners will vote on transactions at the league annual league meeting held in Phoenix starting March 29. According to agenda distributed to clubs this week, the league's finance committee has already approved the option agreement with Durbin, according to two sources with direct knowledge of the situation. Mark Davis declined to comment Thursday afternoon, but a source close to Davis told ESPN, quote, Mark Davis has no intention to sell his majority stake in the team. This sets up a smooth succession plan. An NFL spokesperson declined to comment. I'm sure they did. Spokespeople for the Raiders and for Silver Lake didn't immediately respond to requests for comment. The Davis family has been a cornerstone of the professional football ownership for more than 5 decades. Mark Davis' late father, Al, is one of the few owners in any sport whose notoriety transcended the game. Al was hired as the team's coach and general manager in 1963, became principal owner in 72, won 3 Super Bowls, and was famous for his contributions to the game. Mark Davis is 71. Wow, this May. And we all know he inherited the team from his dad in 2011. Durbin also owned 7.5% of the team since December 2024, when NFL owners approved the Raiders to sell 15% of the franchise to him and Meldman, who is the founder of Discovery Land Company. Davis also sold 5% for an undisclosed sum to legendary quarterback Tom Brady. And, of course, Richard Seymour owns a little tiny super piece of the organization as well. Wow. That's crazy. I mean, as long as Mark Davis won't sell his majority stake, I don't know how they can get him out. They'd have to catch him in a scandal. But it sounds to me like, whether they can do it or not, it sounds to me like they're trying to put pressure on Mark Davis. Apply pressure until he does it, right? We've seen that at other times with other owners across the NFL and in other sports too. They just want an owner that looks and acts a certain way. I mean, God, some fans, Jets fans might say, can you do the fucking same shit to Woody Johnson? You know? I mean, Browns fans are like, Jimmy Haslam, can you do something about that clown? You know? I mean, I don't know. That's crazy. And it's crazy in part that this stems back to whatever vendetta the NFL has. I believe Jon Gruden in part got fired because of their hatred for Mark Davis. That's my feeling. And that's, by the way, that's what may come out in court if Jon Gruden takes that whole thing all the way, is who ordered the code red and why did they order it against Gruden? Was it because they knew Mark Davis, that's his boy? Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.